Eddie,
Yeah, bro.
look what I got something to talk about.
Wow, what's on your mind?
A lot of things.
You know what, bro?
Let's talk it out, talk it out.
Let's 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 talk it out. Eddie, talk it out.
Let's talk it out.
Eddie, talk it out.
Let's talk it out.
Let's talk it out.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Let's Talk It Out podcast, episode 2. Live and direct, baby. Here we are, Chris and Eddie, about to bring it to you good right now. You know what I'm saying? How you feeling, Eddie?
Feeling good today, man. Feeling good.
Yes,
you
yes,
know?
yes.
Midway through the week.
Yeah.
We've had a lot going on the last week or so. I swear it feels like a blur since we've had the first episode drop. But
Yeah,
it was really good, wasn't it?
yeah. It's been a fantastic week. Jeez Louise.
Look, I don't know what fantastic was for you, but for me, it was like that this week.
100%. It's been the same. Especially, we've been putting a lot of work this week in regards to the production of this podcast.
Yeah, there's a lot happening. There's a lot happening.
Yeah, we're still committed to taking this journey, aren't we? And it's a beautiful thing as we stay committed with this journey. So today, I really want to get into what we're going to talk about. And, I think we're just going to go off the top of our hearts and the top of our heads here when we start this conversation and connect with everyone. By the way, for those that were aware, it was Are You OK Day. So I do hope that everybody's workplace and family and friends were aware of it in some way, one way or another, and were able to reach out to people that did need the question.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important, to drive that type of conversation in general. Unfortunately, obviously, I feel like, the whole Are You OK Day is like a premise for just, questions on that day, So,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate in that sense as well. Like, although it is it's an amazing initiative, but it needs to happen more than just, once every year.
100%. It just needs to be a natural, organic thing.
Yeah, and the thing is, people need this day. Some people need the day where it's just like, you know what, I'm finally being heard. The beautiful thing behind it as well is like when people don't really get that acknowledgement. As the saying goes, actions speak louder than words. It's more about what people do in return to. Just to be able to be there in your presence, It's not about doing something, giving you $100 to say, go buy your shopping. It's not, it'd be nice, but I mean,
that's like charity work.
Yeah, exactly. That's what people just sometimes just want to be heard. That's it,
It's not a thing that I feel that is just something to make the person asking the question feel good. There's a deeper meaning, a deeper cause behind it. Especially in this day and age.
Yeah, there is.
It was a great thing also for me to see my workplace put up a few posters.
Yeah.
I saw a few posters put up and I've never seen that since I've been there.
Well, the thing is, it's become more evident. Like, let's look at your workplace, for example. Very heavily male-dominated, right?
Yes.
So obviously, we know that obviously in a very male-dominated workplace, anxiety, stress, depression, suicide is a lot higher. Right?
100%. And it's bypassed. It's laughed off.
But that's a positive thing, because now it goes to show that those workplaces in which you're very male dominated are now taking a step back and being like, we also might have an issue. We need to look after our people, and whether they're men or they're women or whatever you identify as. Yeah. It's a matter of principle. People are gonna suffer. People are gonna have their feelings and emotions that they need to also take care of. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if you don't really put things in place in the workplace, and people tend to shut off and unfortunately fall into a bad state of mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's a great cause.
Yeah.
I think the other thing on top of that is the funny part about it is like, so one of my mates actually does the whole marketing behind this whole let's talk it out. Well, I wish one was very soon, but
positions available.
Yeah, the Are You OK Day, and it's insane to think that just one small idea like this has now become this huge thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, just to say, hey, let's create a day where it's just about Are You OK? And it's not about capitalizing on a situation to make yourself look good. Yeah. It's about genuinely. There's people out there that don't have the courage to speak up. Today's that day.
Yeah, that's right. And like you said, it should be a natural, organic thing to do not just in one day of the year. It should be whenever it needs fit.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
That's the funny part too, though, right? So when you think of our day-to-day lives, right? You obviously work, you know, you obviously do your council work itself, right? And you know, obviously from day to day, you're going to see different characters, different people in the community as well, because obviously you're out and about.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be an understanding that your mind sort of can become a little bit clearer because you're out and about, you're seeing different things.
Yeah.
Whereas you're not stuck in between four walls and you're like going stir crazy. Like I have the benefit of working from home, but also I have the benefit of going to the office. So it's a good balance.
Yeah.
But for those who don't have that, it's like, how do you do it?
Yeah, exactly. I can bring this to the table, right? So when I'm out and about, especially where I work, I mean, I work within the Fairfield district. So where I work, there's all different walks of life there, and there's a particular group or class, not class of people, but just a particular type of people that go to the same spot every day and drink, get intoxicated from early hours of the morning to late at night every day.
It's just their
right?
lifestyle. Yeah.
And that's their lifestyle, right? And then I have other people that come around that are families, that are business owners, that are, you know, just general population, immigrants as well, fresh, like not, when I say fresh, you know, but new Australians that come from different parts of the world as well. It's quite interesting because I'm in such a multicultural environment, and it's so dynamic that because I was born and raised here, and I sort of have my footing already in regards to my life, I'm seeing everyone sort of bounce around with their lives and seeing the effect that it has, seeing the energy on their face and the way that they're behaving and things like that. I don't think a lot of people understand yet what effect it has on them mentally with what they're doing until they get to a breaking point.
In what sense?
You know, like you see, for example, that people are going through a rough patch. You know, they're going through a rough patch, they're walking down the street and you can see it on them. You know, similar to what the people are that get intoxicated every day, that they're going through a rough patch.
Like everyone has a different problem, basically.
Everyone has a different problem. But to see it every day repeating itself, it's such an eye-opener for me because it's very easy to just blend in and dwell within it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? And just get on with it and just accept the misery.
But some people,
guess, you know
but the
what I
thing is, right, 100% you can accept it, right? You could accept it, but sometimes people, it's not even about accepting. It's like, I've got my own shit to deal with. Like,
yeah, so no one really cares, you know?
Yeah, that's the problem, you know? That's a problem where people don't have an outlet, and it's unfortunate, like, you know, unless you say something, you can't really help people, you know, because you don't know, like, what's the situation, what's the scenario, what's going on in your mindset, you know. If you can't talk about it, how do you know about it? And that's where you start having to try to break it down. It's very true though, because, you know, like, when you go for a walk, naturally you go for a walk, you're going to see people going for a walk too, right? And I don't know if it crosses people's minds, like, to think, like, I wonder what that person got up to today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, some people might not think about it. Some people don't even care. Some people go for a walk and be like, oh, I need a breath of fresh air. I need to chill out. I need to just do my thing right now.
Do my thing. Give me my moment.
Yeah, feel good about myself. Want to stay fit, stay healthy. Fair. You know, do what you need to do.
Yeah.
But, I mean, saying that, it's true. Some people you walk past, you're like, you know, I've seen homeless people before, and, you know, like, even throughout work, and there's been instances, you know, where, you know, you walk past, like, you know, in Parramatta itself, you know, there's a big section of where homeless people sort of reside in Parramatta. And I know that there's a lot of charity work to go through those homeless people as well, but it's sort of like, is it enough? You know, how do we help these people a lot more? You know, it's a matter of people just donating, but it's like, is that enough, you know? Yeah.
Like, you literally got to take time out of your day, I feel anyway, that you got to take time out of your day to understand them.
Yeah.
And some people don't want to spend their time doing that.
But it might just be also like those individuals itself, and I'm not just targeting homeless people here at all, because I feel like the more needs to be done.
Oh, it could be with anyone, not just homeless people. It could be with anyone. Yeah,
Any walks of life, There's people with disabilities. There's people who've gone through domestic violence. There's people who have gone through different ordeals in life, and it's really hard to keep up with because it just takes its toll on your mindset.
Yeah, every day.
But it's a true statement, because I think people don't care. People don't care enough. I think I'm gonna say that as my opinion, but I personally believe people don't care enough.
Yeah,
because I feel like people will just be like, I've got my own shit going on, I've got bills to pay, I've got a relationship to worry about, I've got to go out on the weekend, my mates are getting together going for a drink, when that other person doesn't matter. And you and I have had this conversation about, when you start telling people about your problems, or even when you start opening up, some people generally just don't give a shit.
Yeah, it just goes straight past them.
Yeah, and it's sort of like that's where you sort of know who's in your circle, who are those people that really matter, who you value, who you want to be there, versus those who are sort of just high and by. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's definitely something that a lot of people don't think about, though. It's definitely something that we sort of look at through our minds, through our eyes, and we think to ourselves, well, I know I can come to you and we can talk about whatever.
Yeah.
You can come to me, we can talk about whatever.
100%.
But in saying that, everyone's got so much shit going on in their own personal lives. It's not a matter of whatever's happening with you, Chris. You're telling me about it. I'm going to need to absorb it, and I'm going to need to take it on. It's going to become my problem. It's not about that. It's like Chris is just talking to me. And whatever happens after that, it's going to be on Chris to be able to figure out what he wants to do to better his life.
Yeah, I mean? It's just listening and then I guess rebuttaling with positivity.
Yeah, giving you a suggestion, an opinion, some bit of advice, giving you a link to support. Have you spoken to your family about this? What can I do to help you? Simple questions. Yeah. These are all things that can also help from Are You Okay Day. You know what I mean?
That's right. They
all tie into one another.
That's right. Yes.
And it's true though. Like we've both suffered big little issues, and it's sort of like once you get to the bottom of it, it's sort of like you can sometimes self-reflect and be like, it wasn't that big of a deal, but it did make me feel that way. And you do remember it as part of your day. Because you tend to remember the bad stuff or the negative stuff that happened in the day more so than the positive.
More so, it's easier to remember the negative stuff. It always is. For some strange reason, how our minds work.
They're like...
You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that so?
I don't know. Does pain and anger, like, in your mindset... I don't know. I'm thinking as I'm going... I'm probably going way off topic here.
I guess you won't know joy unless you go through pain and anger. Yeah, but I think, what is it? People revert back to pain and anger in order to progress to joy.
Yeah.
They keep reverting back and reverting back and reverting back. So it's... You remember more the pain and anger because that's where the starting point is before you experience joy and happiness.
But in saying that, it's really nice that you said that. But in saying that, right, do you feel like majority of all of our lives, when we think back, yourself as an individual, myself as an individual, like, do you think back and think to yourself, you think of a memory, whilst it might be good, there's always like, oh yeah, but that happened.
Yeah.
Or that was a really good day. I just wish that didn't happen either. You know what I mean? Like, there's always got to be a negative. There's always got to be something to like sort of hinder at what you're trying to sort of think through or just remember. You know what I mean? The memory is like, it's not as... I don't get it. Like,
that's one of I feel one of the human mentality's challenges as of our existence here is to appreciate the blessings that we've been blessed with.
But do you feel like it's a matter of humans just wanting to be perfect? You know what I mean? Like, as humans, we want to be perfect. Like,
that's our evolutionary mindset of always wanting to be better.
Yeah.
There's always room for improvement. I guess that quote comes in.
Well, the same with like,
you know what
podcast,
I mean?
Right?
Yeah, exactly. So that was programmed into us since little.
Yeah, of course.
And
the way we dress, the way we eat, the way we feel, the way we look, things like that. It's 100%.
The older we get, the more we tend to slow things down and appreciate it.
And
we know
we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's it. We know pain and we're just tired of it. Like we try to avoid it by learning from our experiences to progress forward in a peaceful manner, for a peaceful future.
Yeah.
As best as possible. You
get exhausted over time.
Oh, 100%, man, 100%.
You get exhausted, 100%. Yeah.
Can I jump over to a topic? This is going to be interesting, yeah? And I don't mean no offense before I bring up this topic. I mean no offense to any females. I love you all, but I had this happen today that made me think, and I put it up on our Instagram page last week on our story. So look, I had this guy that I speak to majority of the time when I go through the town centre.
Yeah.
And he is a full-timer. He picks up the rubbish and that's all he does pretty much. He picks up the rubbish around the streets.
Yeah.
Anyway, so me and him, we chat every now and then, catch up. And this older gentleman, he's older than me. He's married, he's got properties, he's got kids, they're all grown, so on and so forth. So he's got a pretty settled life. And it just, I guess, made me realize on how, I don't know if it's being unhappy with your lifestyle or your work, but when you're becoming bored of your life and how repetitive it can be, the negative thoughts of having the intention to wanting to do something, but you shouldn't be doing, come into play.
As in what you're saying is, he's got his family.
Yeah.
Devil's on his shoulder. He's sort of just saying.
Yeah. So when he's by himself doing the same thing every day that he knows he's really over, but he just does it anyway because it pays the bills, right? That in those moments when you're going pretty much through that, grinding it out, that devil on your shoulder becomes so appealing when it starts speaking to you.
Yeah.
So for example, he was telling me a story today about how he was passing through a park. And there was a younger girl there, mid-20s. She was swinging on the swing. And apparently she had a skirt on and she had her legs open while she was swinging. So it was sort of becoming revealing at times. And this younger girl started talking to him, hey, how are you? How's your day going? What's your name? Or how old are you? Do you have any kids?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, blah, blah, blah. And this man who... He's social. He speaks to everyone on a day-to-day basis, basically the same people all the time, right? That obviously his boredom in his lifestyle deterred him into easy pleasure in that moment. So what happened in that moment was he's witnessing through his eyes what's happening, and he's obviously bearing witness to the somewhat revealing of private parts when this girl's going through the swing, and so his mind starts going into a devious side, right?
Goes into quite a creepy side, to be fair, but yeah.
Right. So the devil starts talking, and he starts questioning himself. He starts questioning the whole thing. He was telling me, he goes, I was just wondering, why is she talking to me? Why is she trying to have a conversation and know about my personal life? Because and it was something confronting that he said to me. He goes, because if I wasn't in work clothes, I would invite her to go somewhere, but I know in my mind that this guy's married and has everything, so I said to him, this was basically my reply. I go, look, the girl has nothing to do with you. She made her own individual choice to wear what she wanted to wear, swing on the swing how she wanted to swing, and chat to you the way she wanted to chat to you.
Yeah.
She came to you. It was your decision to start playing those intentions from your heart to turn into those voices, I guess you can say, where the devil on your shoulder starts talking to you and starts giving you those devious thoughts.
Yeah.
I go, but that's your choice. You have the choice.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone has a choice.
Don't get suckered into the easy route for pleasure.
Yeah.
when you know in your right state of mind that you shouldn't be going into that side of your mind.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Don't
100%,
get suckered in for something that has nothing to do with you. Because she probably didn't even have those intentions to get to know you, or get to know him like that.
Even if she did.
You know what I mean? Even if she did. Even if she knew what she was doing.
That person, the bloke,
I mean?
the guy you talk to, still has a choice. Irrespective if she did or she didn't, that bloke still has a choice.
Exactly. So I think that scenario relates to a lot of guys every day.
Yeah.
Every day. Those that are in relationships, those that are fathers, those that, that or just are single but want to practice their morals.
They want to challenge their morals.
Challenge their morals and discover good from bad within their hearts, right? They want to practice that.
Yeah. Practice the word, or are you trying to say like...
Or exercise?
I'll probably say like they're sort of like exploring it because...
Yeah.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, right?
Like breaking out of bad habits, so they want to sort of change, you know what I mean? And they want to challenge the world in their sense, I guess.
Like what they're trying to do is sort of like rebel a little bit, right?
Yeah, but for the greater good.
For the good. Sorry, I thought what you were saying is breaking out of the cycle.
Yeah.
So that because if they're in like obviously like a relationship, like you said, or they're a father, or whatever the case may be, that they're sort of getting different feelings within themselves, that they're sort of trying to like explore these feelings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Putting it out to the universe, like, oh, okay, I'm having this thought about this female. I'm having this thought about this. I'm having this thought about making money and gambling, this and that.
Yep.
Using that sense of mindset. Okay, that makes more sense. But a lot of men do think like that.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of men do think like that.
Yeah.
I mean, my father, your father, like, I'm very, very certain would have definitely thought like that considering the situation my dad sort of fell in, right?
Yeah.
The way I would probably say it is, why do men get to that point?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, why? Is it influence? Is it boredom? Is it the fact that, again, from a mental health perspective, is it just a sense of confusion and not a sense of belonging? Is it a sense of like fear, anxiousness that you're going to be hurt? You know what I mean? So instead of them hurting you, you're going to hurt them first.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's sort of like always having the leg up, and I mean, we're just throwing out examples, right?
Yeah.
But what seems logical in this sense is some people, some men, females do it too. In this instance, I feel like sometimes you're just tempted.
Yeah, temptation's there. How do you address the temptation?
Yeah, how do you control it? What do you do to move on from it? What do you What's so wrong in your relationship that you don't have the balls to go speak to your partner?
Yeah. All right, and now I'm going to go deeper here. I'm going to go deeper. This might get controversial. I'm going to go deeper and say that as much as a man recognizes that what he's thinking is not where he should be going in to his path of thinking, do you think that also from the same sex or opposite sex, when they act a certain way or dress a certain way or whatnot, do you think they have somewhat of a responsibility for the effect that they have with their projection to the world?
Answer the question. What do you think?
Of course, because they're I think yes, because they have the intention of wanting to feel a certain way, look a certain way, act a certain way. That's the energy that's going to come to them. So
you're saying it's a female's responsibility?
Well, same as the males.
Sorry, that person's responsibility.
The person's responsibility, yeah.
Person's responsibility to be mindful about what they... how they present themselves.
Yeah, because it can be very easy to turn around and say, this just proves that all men are pigs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I personally have a different view on it, but I mean, like, I can...
this is why we're here.
Yeah. I mean, I see your point, right? However, right? Just keeping track of time here, guys, you know? Let's talk with our podcast, we're limited by time here.
I think this is going to be such a topic for like females, males in general, because I had this happen today, and it really brought to light the power that we have as individuals to feel and understand what is the right thing to do and separate ourselves from the temptation to our individuality and stick to our morals.
I feel like some people, all right, and I'm taking away this example here, right? I'm pushing it to the side a little bit. I'm going to sort of start over here and I'm going to hopefully end up here, right?
Yeah, okay.
So I would say in some situations, you're whatever you identify as, right? I'm just going to say you're a person, and in the back of your mind, you want to feel good.
Yeah.
What makes you feel good? I've got nice legs. I've got a nice build. You know, whatever the case may be. My big boobs, small boobs, muscular, chunky, but I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel good. I want to wear a midriff. I want to wear something like a muscle tee. I want to wear something that's going to really define the way I look, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to wear a skirt.
Yeah.
I have no issue with people wearing what they want to wear, but it has to be in an appropriate setting, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't expect. And again, people might be like, "Oh, you shouldn't say it." Like we can wear whatever the hell we want. Fair enough, you wear whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
But you got to think to yourself: if I'm with a kid, and I'm in a restaurant with a kid, right? And I'm going to see a girl with her boobs out. Or I'm going to see a guy who's like got his chest out, showing everything like that. I'm all for that, right? I'm all for doing whatever the hell you want to do, right?
Yeah.
But in the same sense, it's sort of like that sort of mentality as from what I look at to the person, I'm like, what went through your head to want to dress like that today? You know? And again, it could be the fact that they feel confident, they feel comfortable, that's just how they dress.
Yeah.
You know? And as a human being,
You can't hate
accept
on
it.
Yeah.
But it's the same if I turn it and spin it on its head. What I'm wearing to go. Okay, so let's get back to this.
Oh, you're getting there.
Yeah. No, because I am. We're getting there, right?
Oh.
But the other part to it as well, right? That's one side of looking at it, right? Whether you agree or you don't agree, that's fine. But there was an instance where we went last year for Chris's 30th birthday, right?
Yeah.
And we went into the restaurant out in the city. Anyways, the whole time I'm saying to Chris, wear a button-up shirt. Wear a button-up shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll wear a button-up shirt, this and that. So anyways, myself, one of our mates, we got ready, you know? And again, I dressed up with a bloody jacket, blazer on, button-up shirt, pair of jeans, whatever. Chris decided to wear just a normal shirt.
Yeah.
Even though I've been telling him the whole day, wear a collared shirt, you know? And he puts on a pair of jeans. And, you know, other mate wears whatever he wants to wear. And as we get there, and as we walk in, the guy looks at us.
Mind you, I was dressed nice. Like, I didn't just dress daggy because I didn't want to feel comfortable. I was
it was nice, but it wasn't the appropriate attire for where we were going. That's the way it looks like.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's the way it was.
Yep.
So hence the reason why I was saying wear a button-up shirt. But
Yeah.
when we got there, the hoster, well, I can't talk English, the host there says, yeah, cool, sorry, but you're going to need to wear, you need a button-up shirt to come in here. And then I remember me and my mate looked at Chris and be like, oh, come on, dude, like, we told you.
Yeah.
He's like, why? But why? Like, this and that. He started questioning it. Anyway, and he's like, that's just that's just what we need. You know, this is what has to happen here at this restaurant. Anyways, they go in the back and they're just like, yeah, you can put this suit jacket on. And he's just like, no, I don't want to wear that. Why do I have to wear that? This is what I want to wear. All right?
Yeah.
And I think like a couple minutes past, I'm like, dude, just take my blazer. Here you go. Put the blazer on. Let's just have a good night. That's it. End of the story. The reason why I bring that up is because, again, to that person who looked at you and said, you're not dressed the appropriate way here. Whilst you think to yourself, I'm dressed nicely, that person is like, no, you're not. You're not. You might be wearing a nice pair of jeans, good, nice top, but it's not the attire for this place here. So a girl who's at the park, wearing a skirt, swinging the way she wants to swing, her legs spread, whatever the case may be, that guy, I would feel like is the guy who just keep walking, dude.
Yeah.
Keep walking. Like, she wants to call out and talk to you. Yeah, cool. Yeah, sorry, I'm a bit of a rush. I know in the back of my mind, this is me speaking.
Yeah.
I've got my kids waiting for me. I've got my wife. My life might not be as amazing as it is, but I know tomorrow I can change it for the better.
Exactly. So with the temptations that men but they choose to deal with, the point there is that they don't have to deal with it.
They don't have to deal with it, but they also don't have to comment on it.
Yeah, and
You
it's
know
a
what
culture in masculinity that it exists.
But the thing is, it's because the girl's wearing a skirt, right? If the girl's wearing a skirt, okay, cool, you can see her legs, big deal.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
okay, a girl's trying to be the cleavage, big deal. Like, the thing is, as soon as a girl walks out, this is the thing. This is why females think men are pigs. Because every time a girl wants to go out and feel good, look good, it's like the guy has to analyze her like she's a piece of meat, right?
Yeah, but that's the guy's decision to do that.
But that's just what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
It's from a male perspective, and it also can be a female. Because
And you know
I've
what
seen
it is?
female do
You're
it.
giving you're submitting to that to the ideal the visualization and the sexualization. The male is submitting to that. Submitting. He's giving him. He's already committed.
He's made up his mind.
He's made up his mind. He's committed the sin.
Yeah.
He's already submitting. It doesn't make sense because there's no benefit if you're already somewhere else.
But what
I don't
happens?
get
What
it.
happens if you go through with it, right? What are the repercussions?
Whether it's your what is it? Your conscience, isn't it? Your conscience.
Well, I mean, yeah, conscience is one thing, but okay, in this situation, this guy's got kids, this guy's got a wife, this guy's got a house. You tell your wife, "Oh, hey, look, something happened today, and I ended up sleeping with this girl that I don't even know anything about. She had a leg spread while she was swinging on the swing."
Yeah.
Okay, like, you know where I'm going with this? Like,
Yeah.
how absurd does it sound? It sounds fucking dumb. You know,
Yeah.
like,
It's like, what the fuck is the matter with you?
yeah,
You know
like,
what I mean?
what happened? Why did you do that? Why did you want it? Why didn't you talk to me about the way you were feeling?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It starts opening up avenues and doors. And the thing is, that
Yeah.
person, in that sense, I reckon, would be like, fuck, you're right. Why
Okay.
didn't I talk?
Yeah, and that's crazy because guys, look, I'll be straight up honest with you. It's not a common thing for guys to open up that way to their girls. It is so common for the guys to open up to their boys, and because it's like, guy talk or whatever, and it's just it's left there.
Or sometimes just don't have to say anything at all.
Or you don't say anything at all. But if you're saying that to talk to your girl, they fear that they're going to get judged upon, frowned upon,
Yeah.
and it's going to jeopardize their relationship.
Yeah.
You know, if you do have that relationship where you're very open with understanding life and understanding yourself and communicating with your partner or your wife or whoever is your significant other, if you have that communication and that relationship, that's a beautiful thing because there's no boundaries and you're able to talk freely.
not many people have that,
but there's so much trust that can be earned in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And but to shy away and keep to the guy code and oh yeah, they got her, look at that, and you're just like, like for me, I don't care anymore.
But
Eh?
that's a sense of influence. Is like,
Yeah, the influence.
it's like that. It's like that. Oh, like, check that girl out. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, cool, bro. Cool, that's fine.
Yeah, but the guys dwell on it.
I think again, it's dependent on how you're raised. It's dependent on your background. It's dependent on your history. It's dependent on the people you were surrounded by, the influence, the social standards that were available to you when you were growing up. Like, it's all about that. And I feel like at this day and age, man, like, you know what? It would be nice just to go out to a public place, sit down, and talk to the opposite sex or to whatever sex you identify as.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, for me, it's like I'll go out to Parramatta, or if I go out to a bar or go to a pub, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
It'd be nice just to have face-to-face interaction without having to make it always
It's sexual.
absolutely,
Or some other factor involved. It doesn't.
I mean,
yeah.
if it happens, then it happens. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
at the end of the day, it's sort of like I don't go expecting to. Oh my god, look at that girl! Like, wow, like it's such a narrow-minded way of thinking for me personally. And what many of people like who are watching, listening, might turn around and be like, like I don't mind doing that. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not saying
That's
anything
fair.
else.
That's fair.
I'm not
What
saying
what
anything
what we're
else.
trying to say is those that dwell on it.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with appreciation. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with appreciation.
Oh, like complimenting someone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing
absolutely.
wrong, but those that dwell on it, and it's just, it's not going to go anywhere, man. You got to take yourself back. I find that it's more attractive for a guy that is strong-hearted and strong-minded and is able to hold himself and communicate properly.
Someone who's confident,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And confident, and that's where the confident comes
absolutely.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, I have a lot of girl mates, right? I have a lot of girl mates, and I can hand on heart say with every single girl mate that I have, I refrain from anything because it's just a different relationship.
Yeah.
It's not like I look at them and be like, oh my God, like, or like, hey, come over. Like, no, it's not
Yeah,
like
you're
that.
not seedy.
I'm not trying to be sleazy with it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's just the thing. Maybe when I was in my early teens and early 20s, different mental state, different mentality. I want to think I've matured, but, you know, it's just like right now, this day and age, I think that mental state people sort of go through is like, it's quite a sad reality.
It is, bro, and that's the word right there. Is it is reality?
Yeah.
You know how many stories I've heard of other girls that are dating and they come across these guys.
Yeah.
It spins me out, man. It really does, eh? It really spins me out. I get it. Not everyone's in the same circumstances as what we are in life, and I get that. You know, do what you want. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
But I'm just bringing this to light so some people can actually somewhat be aware of what I'm trying to explain and talk about.
Yeah.
You know, because it does, like you said, it's reality. It exists. And how long for so many years that I'm not perfect. I was in it too, you know, in the past, and thought that way and had that mindset. Now I'm just at an age where like I feel more confident within myself to stay strong-hearted and know what's wrong from right.
Absolutely. You got your kids, you got your partner, you got your family, you know, you got those avenues now which, you know, you've built something up from where you were before, which is a nice feeling.
Yeah, I don't want to be playing games no more.
No, that's right, you know.
And when you're playing games with your life, because it really does, like if you hurt someone, it hurts you.
Yeah, absolutely. Every aspect of every action has a reaction, you know.
100%.
So, look, I mean, it's a good topic, man.
Yeah, man.
I like them.
You like that?
Yeah. I look, guys, I know. I always say we're struggling for time. I'm the timekeeper, you know.
Yes, he is the bookkeeper, the timekeeper.
Oh, you know, I'm the keeper of everything.
The gatekeeper.
So just quickly before we do wrap up today, I just want to also let you guys know that Chris and I are putting together a bit of a outdoors adventure.
Yeah.
If you want to call that. We're looking at doing a hike for I guess the later stages of this year. We're going to be going out to the Blue Mountains here in Sydney, Australia.
Yeah.
Obviously, if we do have anyone listening elsewhere, I'd love for you guys, unless you guys want to fly out to us, but we'll keep you guys posted with the dates. It's going to be really, really good day, a day full of content, full of laughs, and also most importantly, just making sure that obviously we are raising awareness for mental health.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be nice to be in nature. It'd be great to just have a good group of people. And I think at this stage, Chris, we said that we wanted to, I think, register about 20 people to come along on that day. Is that right?
Yeah, hopefully 20 people. That's a good crowd.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We'll have lunch, guys. And then also there'll be a little parting gift from the Let's Talk It Out boys.
Yeah, that's right.
We can wrap up a good end to the day as well. So looking forward to that coming out. But as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Myself and Eddie, me and Chris.
Yeah.
You know, we enjoy doing this as much as we love giving this back to you as well. So
yeah.
Until next week.
Peace.
Let's talk it out. 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 Eddie, talk it out.
Chris said talk it out.
Eddie, talk it out.
Chris said talk it out.
Let's talk it out.